Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, we're here for some more Dundalk basketball. Tim Tootin Jr. here on the call, here in the Lions Den with a very special guest.
Well, good evening. Good evening, Tim Tootin Sr., and I think we're about to have a game tonight.
We're in for a good one, Tim. We got the Howard Dragons, 5-1, going up against the 5-1 Dundalk Lions. These two teams are in the early going, vying for supremacy here in the Region 2020 division.
Beautiful, beautiful Monday night here in Dundalk.
That's right. Here for the tip-off. Dragons have it to start. McDuffie hands it off to Enriquez. Out on the right wing to Roche. Hands it to Jaden Johnson. Pass stolen away by Hussein Williams. Swings it over to Barrow. Miscommunication. It's going to go to Howard.
Well, Tim, both teams came out the gate, just Dundalk right away, applying pressure and pressing.
Bringing out the press. That's part of the DNA of this Lions team. Apply some pressure, get the steal, and get it going in transition. Howard, shot is missed. On the miss, rebound.
All right. 2
points here by Anthony Demangi from Paris, France.
Off to a start. Went strong on the inside and certainly challenged Dundalk to stop him.
Barrow bring it up for the Lions. Swings across court to our base. Hussein Williams from the corner. That's his spot. Comes up short. Malachi Washington on the boards. Shot is missed. Rebound by Howard and a quick foul here.
Well, Tim, it's very obvious these teams know each other. It's aggressive, a lot of scrambling under the board, getting position. Howard, of course, right in there, and they'll take the possession.
Inbounds here. We got 2 minutes gone by in the first half here at the Lions Den on a Monday night. Howard versus Dundalk. Pressure being applied by the Lions.
A lot of pressure.
Howard able to break it. Jaden Johnson swings to McDuffie. Shot clock at 10. Roche passes it. 5 seconds on the clock. He's got to put it up.
Oh, yes.
Johnson, step back.
Oh, he's in.
That's the first 2 points of the game from the 5'10 sophomore from Wise High School up there in Upper Marlboro, Maryland.
And calling it close, right down to the very last second on that clock.
Lions still searching for their first point. Possession number 3 here. C.J. Scott. Pass it to base. Washington in the post. Hits the hard 2.
Powers it in.
Nice early points there by Washington. 4-2 is the lead here for Howard. Pressure being applied here.
A lot of pressure, Tim.
Trying to disrupt this Howard offense. Johnson. McDuffie was cutting down, looking for the pass, did not get it.
Johnson with a lot of pressure. It's about to go
Almost
backcourt.
Backcourt. Tipped away, sideline, off the knees. Hot potato. As Scott has it, over to Barrow. As they're in a 2-3 zone here is Howard.
It's clear these teams know each other.
Washington, tight ropes the sideline. Barrow, 3 ball. Shot is long. Tipped in, not good by the base. Rebound Washington by Williams, Over to Scott. Shot clock at 10.
Yes, indeed.
Williams. Shot
A lot
clock
of
down
pressure,
to 5. Barrow, 3.
He's got it.
All the way from Staten Island, that is Xavier Barrow.
Barrow just took his time with that one, and it was evident he was going to take it.
Tammy put up a mean 37 in the last game in the 102-90 victory. Is the pass there nice? A cut and finish.
Oh, boy.
Arthur Roche with a strong 2.
Slams it in. 10 many years ago, we first couldn't slam back in the old days in the 70s. Now it's natural.
Barrow bringing it up here for the Lions. 6-5 is the score. They're working around the zone. Scott back to O base. Shot clock down to 10. C.J. Scott Euro step float. Shot is long, tipped up, a rebound to Enriquez.
It looks like Howard is really winning the rebound battle here, but just trying to get in there, trying to get position. That's what it all comes down to.
Duffy swings it around the corner. Enriquez to McDuffie. Back to Johnson. Shot clock down to 10. Almost tipped away
Oh, he
there.
almost lost it.
Down to 5. Kicks it out. 3. Shot long. Rebound. Demanji. Spin. And shot is no good. Demanji with another strong board. Kicks it out. Foot on the line there by Howard.
Yeah, Tim, when you look at this Howard team, they're coming down and really aggressively attacking the boards. I think what we're seeing on both ends of the court, just really positioning and really getting the rebound positions.
Seeing on this defensive end, Tim, Howard is not giving Dundalk any inch. It's a very, very tight zone. A lot of communication. Obase in the zone. Barrel, 3.
Wow, comes out.
In and out. Strong rebound there by Roach. Here come the Dragons in the other way. Johnson.
He's leading it.
Enrique. Driving the lane.
Fast move, no foul.
Strong contact there. No call, letting it play on. Lions in the transition game. Williams.
They're trying to make something happen in there, trying to get that play underneath, but they're having to earn every bucket they're getting here.
Okawale just subbing in, setting the pick there for Barrow. Barrow probes, float game.
Oh.
No. Okawale squeezes the orange, misses, cannot finish up close. Demanji with the board.
It was close, came out, second, third effort, but did not get in.
Enrique looking for the pick set there. McDuffie drives. Nice move. Twill-to-whirl and scores.
Jimmy found a lane and right away moved into that lane for what could have been an easy basket, but nothing looked easy here.
Nice body control and that slash to the cup. Hussein for 3. In and out. Barrow with a small span on the court gets the tip. But cannot finish, but he gets the foul, so he's going to go to the line. 4-2.
Yeah, I say with Dundalk, they're trying to work their offensive effort here, but being able to settle for the shots. I think they're trying to get something underneath, and you know them better than I do. They're just not seem to be working, and they're taking a lot of shots, but not getting the inside buckets.
It's a big part of their game last season. 3-point shooting throw. They're trying to make more of a conservative effort to get points in the paint. As Barrow knocks down his first free throw.
8-6 game here, so it's still in the early goings, and very few fouls so far in this game.
That's 2 there for Barrow.
As we say at the charity strip, it makes the difference. Early, middle, late. Got to hit those free throws, and Dundalk certainly able to get 2 points on the file.
They got Albury and Anthony McCall subbing in for the Lions. Number 24, McCall. Number 12, Albury.
You know, as you look, even you're talking about this press, and you know this team very well. They are pressing pretty much throughout the game. Is that the strategy?
That is the strategy. Press, up and going down the court, and scoring in transition, stifle the opposing team. As Johnson has it guarded by McCall, who again subbing into the game. Enriquez drives to his left, kicks it out.
A lot of pressure.
Long pass.
He's going baseline.
The sideline, another quick, easy 2 there. First one by the leading scorer for this Dragons team, Emmanuel Enriquez.
You got to protect that baseline. Once you take the baseline, you got the basket pretty much.
10-7 is the score. Okawale setting the pick. Albury drives. Float game. No. Okawale cleans the mess.
Dundalk is earning every point. We call them scraps back in the old days, but scraps becomes points. An aggressive Howard team.
Almost travel, double dribble there for Jaden Johnson.
Certainly an urgency. We talked about these two teams, no strangers. 5-1 records are coming back, and so everything is important.
Each possession is key. We see a bigger crowd here tonight for a conference matchup. Albury had a chance to shoot it. Down to 15. McCall, 3.
Oh!
Shot is long, tipped.
So it'll be Dundalk's ball. We talked earlier about in the past the game for Dundalk is to take the shots. They're not having any success going to the big man in the middle, nothing underneath, and that's what they're depending on is that shot.
It's a little bit of 50-50 balls. They're not going in and winning a lot of these second chances. They're right up under the rim, Tim, and they're not making a lot of buckets.
Here at Dundalk, Maryland.
Call inbounds it to Scott. Around the wing, McCall. They got out of the zone to a little man-and-man action. Shot clock down to 10. Albury, shaking, baking, stops, pops, up and under, left hand.
Oh, boy.
Doesn't get it. And is saved by the Dragons. They're coming the other way. Is Jaden Johnson.
A little too much dribbling, Tim.
Trip, breaks it, and a reach-in foul there. Looks like it's going to be on Albury.
What do you think is happening on this end of the court for Dundalk? I think we're seeing a lot of patience, but I mean certainly seem to be rushing shots, not being able to get anything underneath. What do they have to do, you think?
Well, it's good. They got to start with trying to break the zone, keep working it around the key, find some holes in that zone.
There's Johnson.
So that foul is going to be on Okawali. It's going to be his first. Correction, that's Albury. It's his first.
Still have a 9-10 game here, so it's only a 1-point difference.
Johnson, nice inbound pass to Sincere Barfield.
Good
Shot
defense.
blocked by McCall. Looking to score, get the lead here. First lead here for the Lions, searching.
I like they're doing just that, searching, Tim, for something that's going to work for them.
Scott over to Albury. Shot clock is down to 10. Scott drives, pocket picked, gets it back, tipped away. Going to stay here with the Lions with 7.
And that one was off the official. Certainly an urgency here by Dundalk. Both teams certainly are going at it, but Dundalk really trying to find that one piece that will get them to the bucket. They're having to take shots.
Searching for answers, Tim. And it looks like it's going to – hold on. I thought it was the Lions basketball.
As they sort things out here. And it looks like it's going to be the officials talking it over. A little conference. Howard Dragons, Dundalk Lions, head-to-head game here tonight. Glad to be alongside my son, Tim Tootin Jr., making the call tonight.
With that 7 seconds on the shot clock, Albury's going to inbound it here. Past McCall, 3. Splash!
I guess that's what you were talking about, saying that was their strategy.
And the first lead for the Lions, 12-10, 11:20 left. Enrique guarded by McCall, using every bit of his length to deny. Barfield drives. And a push foul. Looks like that's going to be on the Lions. Not sure who the foul is on.
Number 12. We talked earlier about that baseline. Looks like me became Albury call for the foul, but we talked about giving up baseline. And that time there was certainly a denial, and it turned into, of course, a foul.
Barfield on the inbound. Enrique guarded by McCall. Spin. Gets a foul.
And we've got another foul here against the Lions.
It's on McCall. And just like that, we're up to 5 team fouls, Tim, here for the Lions, 2 more away from the bonus.
What do they need to do, you think, as it relates to playing good defense, but also trying to get themselves out of early foul trouble?
Got to try to play without fouling, Tim. As they've tried to establish that press, it's been broken. And as both free throws are good.
We've got a tie ball game here.
All square 12. 11 minutes left here, first half. Dundalk, Howard. Conference supremacy at hand. Both teams at 5-1. 1 conference win for the Lions. Dragons searching for their first. Corner.
It's airtight.
Down to 10. Hussein, float game.
Oh, boy.
Is short. Manji with a rebound. Back into the game. Johnson pressing it the other way. And a reach-in foul there. It's another one, Tim, on Albury.
I keep seeing even on the offensive end when Dundalk has the ball, there's not much patience there. And certainly when you shoot that shot without getting the rebound, you're going to get in a situation like this where they're having to be on the defense. They're doing a substitution there. She talked about this early foul trouble.
Yeah.
Tie ball game here in Dundalk, 12-12.
Barfield to Johnson. Searching. Enrique was calling for it in the paint. Guarded by Barrow.
Well, man-to-man here.
Barfield drives left to the cup and draws the foul.
Wow. He's down for a moment.
It's a strong drive there by Sincere Barfield, freshman.
Out of Patterson High School. Stand out there. I think you have covered a lot of these guys over the years, and to see them at the next level.
Especially Barfield. 1 year at Patterson, previous 3 at Parkville, won a state championship. Short on the first one.
And the fouls are piling up, Tim, so early. And that could become an issue down the stretch.
Second one is good. 13-12 is the score. Scott bringing it up. Dragons in that tight 2-3 zone. Pick set by Okwale. Scott drives to the cup for 2. That's one way to do it, Tim.
That's what they've been looking for, is to find that open lane in enough time to make something happen.
14-13. Another lead change. Barfield drives, dishes out. Johnson probing down the lane. Manji with the one-handed flush.
Wow.
All the way from Paris.
And that's his second one of the game, I believe.
15-14 lead for Howard up on the Lions. Pick set there again by Okwale. Scott.
Trying to find
Thompson,
something open.
Tipped away. Active hands by Manji.
They backed away from the press.
Enrique, a little push off.
A little acting.
He drives and turned the favor there with a traveling.
9-19 here in Dundalk alongside Tim Tootin Jr. And this is an important conference game, Tim.
Extremely important. Early on in the season, you want to try to start the conference slate off right, as we got Dundalk and Howard. Inbounds pass to Barrett, who just subbed into the game. He's long on the shot.
They're having trouble with that shot.
And wide down. Nice pass by Barfield. Manji finishes. 6 points for
Houston,
Anthony.
we've got a problem.
And that's also a part of Barfield's game. Tremendous court vision. Great touch on the pass there. 17-14. Barrett picks up his dribble at the foul line. Williams, 3 in his range, and he hits. Hussein
Williams,
the leading scorer for this Lions team at about 23 a game, Tim.
out of Lynchburg, Virginia, Heritage High School. He's making something happen, and that was a big bucket.
All square at 17.
I don't think we've got charging.
And that is a charge. C.J. Scott shelling out his bow to get the charge there on Barfield.
Yeah, we talked earlier about this baseline and how Dundalk was kind of giving it the baseline. They're starting now to kind of stop that lane.
Condense. Yes.
That's the word I was looking for.
Condense and airtight there in the paint.
But no doubt that Howard is going for the board and certainly trying to make some things happen here in Dundalk.
17-all is the score here. 8:15 left in the first half. Lions looking to take another lead. Barrett out on the right wing. Drives, trap, down to O-base. Barrow, quick hot potato float.
That's the way you make it happen, Tim. If at first you don't succeed, try something different.
And Barrow has 5. Here is Christian Dean, number 24. Swinging it out to Enrique, guarded tightly by Barrett. McDuffie.
Denied the baseline.
Barfield, 3-ball, high arc, splash! Big 3 by Sincere Barfield. As I said a few minutes ago, Tim, that's a big part of his game.
And Coach was not happy with what he saw on that one, getting the shot clock down and taking that big shot. Because what we've seen most of all is a Howard team going to the rim, but they're showing they can shoot the 3-ball as well.
Yeah, they are showing that with Barfield as well as McDuffie and Enrique.
And still only a 1-point ball game.
Yeah, early on, Tim. Still a lot of basketball to be played. Almost about halfway through. This is a Howard team, Tim, that won the conference championship last year and went to the national tournament, so they've got a big pedigree. Lions, on the other hand, they were a little short-handed. They lost in the semifinals of that same Region 20 conference tournament.
And what will they have to do to kind of change things around here? We talked about the offense for Dundalk. I mean, they're getting the 3, but you can't live on that 3-point shot. Not having much success on the inside.
They're going to have to lean on their star players, Tim. They're going to have to lean on Hussein Williams and Xavier Barrow. These two guys are huge for this team. And in the last couple of games, C.J. Scott has been a real supportive role and taking the hand in the scoring department for the Lions. So those big 3 are going to be huge to come up big in this conference matchup.
Oh, boy.
And there's a turnover off the hands of Scott going back to the Dragons.
7:32, a 1-point ball game on a Monday night here in Dundalk. Beautiful Dundalk.
That's right here in the Lions' den. Dean has it, guarded by Barrow. Manji over to McDuffie and turns it over. Miscommunication between McDuffie and Dean.
And that's a big help for the Lions. They have done a better job, I think, trying to protect that lane and forcing Howard to take the long shot.
7:05 left. Scott drives. High arcing shot. No. Barrow and Dean were fighting for the rebound. Advantage Barrow, and they're going to call that foul on Dean. So 4th team foul for Howard. We got a substitution. Arthur Roach subbing back in, number 15 for Howard. Jace looking. Nice bounce pass. Barrow able to draw the foul.
And would have loved to have gotten the bucket as well, but he did not. But there was the opportunity to make something happen on that inbound pass.
Very crafty, very crafty.
Tim, we've seen a lot of good defense. I know early on Dundalk pressing, and this is a fast-moving game here. Each team certainly putting out the energy they need.
First one's good for Barrow. Indeed, Tim, this is an up-and-down basketball game that I think it's going to come down to who makes the least mistakes, the least turnovers. I feel like with every possession with a turnover, momentum swings in the direction of the other team.
You took me back to old school announcing, the team that makes the fewest mistakes.
2 for 2 on the trip for Barrow. 21-20 is the score.
And the charity stripe has been good for Dundalk so far. Still pressing.
And they're going to call that foul. It's going to be on Jace Barrett. 8th team foul of the half. 1-and-1 situation here for the Dragons.
And they've been piling up. I guess when you think about trying to assess your personnel on the bench and you have this many fouls, you got to look at a different strategy.
First trip to the line for Jaden Johnson. First one is good. Short on the second. Rebound by Scott. Score tied at 21. 6:45 left. Scott gets the pick from O-Base. Another one from Williams. Jace kicks it around the Kingy. Scott, Williams, O-Base in the middle of that zone. Back to Jace Barrett. Picks it up. Foul, free throw.
Oh.
Excuse me, for the three line. Misses. Rebound by Dean. Pressure being applied.
Lots of pressure.
And there it
It
is.
worked,
There's
Tim.
that pressure causing the turnover. Scott, Williams, easy two.
The line showing this is their den. That's for sure.
23-21 is the score. Pressure blown. Take it away. McDuffie misses on the alley-oop.
And the showmanship did not pay off for that one.
Base has it. Kicks it out to Barrett. Barrow, lane, open, left hand. Yes, sir, and one!
That's what I'm talking about, Tim.
Staten Island's finest on display again.
He saw a lane. He took it with no signal. Just went right in.
With the left hand, Tim, what a beauty. What a beauty play there.
I'm beginning to see what you've talked about all along is the aggressiveness of this Lions team. And when you can't make that shot, that 3 or 2 point shot, they are not giving up on going to the rim.
Tenacious on the defensive end. As Barrow looks to complete the job here at the line and does just that.
Never practiced too many free throws, huh?
That's right.
And they're keeping the pressure out.
And with that, Tim, he's in the double figures here with 10 points in the first half. Johnson over to Truth Norton, number 4, just subbing into the game for Howard. Back to Roach. Dean drives, pro hop.
Oh!
Looks like that might have been deflected by Barrett.
Got away with one.
Scott, Williams, dish to base. What a right hand.
I think the Lions have found their groove.
And there's a run for the Lions here in the den. Timeout by Howard. Coach Mike wants to talk it over with his fellas as the lead has ballooned to 7 here.
We've seen certainly a turn of events. I talked to you about when the game first began, the aggressiveness on both parts. What is Dundalk doing, or what is Howard not doing? We're seeing a tide turn here just a little bit.
You're seeing a lot of pressure being applied by this defense on the defensive end, and they're making some difficult passes being made, putting up their hands, cutting into these lanes and getting these turnovers on the other end. We've seen transition.
And we talked about on defense for the Lions certainly giving up baseline early on, and they begin to kind of put up a detour there.
Yes.
It's cost them some fouls, but it seemed to at least they've made a statement on that end of court.
And just as you said earlier, they're really tightening it up on the baselines, not letting those wide open baselines get easy to the cup there, Tim.
Here in Dundalk, you call it the Lions Den, and certainly folks here tonight getting a real close watch. Howard County just around the beltway, so to speak. Here, you talked about the success they've had, and of course the Lions are very much aware of that and want to see things change this year.
Yeah, looking to make a run. It's a good start. Both teams at 5-1. As this is the last home game in the month of November. They got a extensive road schedule, Tim, coming up as they got one home game coming up in December, about the third week of December. 5:20 left here in the first half between Howard and Dundalk.
Boy, the defense is tight.
Mercy. Almost backcourt there, tight roping it there. Roach guarded by Scott, almost deflected it there. Norton steps back, shot is short. Rebound collected by Roach. He misses on his chance. Coming the other way, Scott does not have numbers at 3-1. Takes it, right hand.
He's going to be fouled. Goes down hard.
That's been a theme, Tim, for C.J. Scott in these last 2 or 3 games. Been more assertive to getting into the paint, trying to get to the hard way.
Sophomore out of Spalding, Anne Arundel County. Good programs. Home of Rudy Gay came out of that program many years ago.
Just retired as well from the NBA. First one is short.
And they've been almost perfect at the line so far. They're actually forcing Howard to foul me. We're going to go to the rim.
Fouls are about even, Tim. 8 to Howard. 8 to Dundalk and 7 to Howard. There's 1 of 2 with the trip there for Scott. Press again being applied there by the Lions. Enrique, trapped by Williams. Got to make a decision. Almost active hands. Manji. He's going to get the foul called there. Is a little out of control there.
On first look, it looked like it almost could have been a travel.
Yeah.
But it's not going to go that way. I'm sure you're the coach of Dundalk. You said, wait a minute, did you not see what happened before the contact? Big guy goes to the line. He's had 2 dunks tonight.
Yeah. Strong interior presence. Been winning a lot of these 50-50 balls in the paint. It shows a good stroke there for the free throw there.
Not bad from the line either.
His first trip to the line. For the 6'7" sophomore from Paris, France.
Paris.
2 for 2 on that trip. 29-23. 3-possession lead here for Dundalk against Howard. Pick set by Obase for Scott. Guarded by Norton. Passes across court. Roach not giving anything to Barrett.
Tight zone defense.
Obase drives amongst the trees. Shot is short. Rebound by Norton. Spin move. Bounce pass. Kick it out. 3 ball.
It won't go.
Tipped up. Advantage Howard. And now Johnson resetting the offense. Shot clock at 10. Johnson has it.
He's going to the baseline.
Right by Barrow and
wow.
2. Nice move.
He looked it over, assessed it, and took it.
Very strong move to the cup there. 29-25. Lions up. Obase in the middle of the zone.
Oh, he's got a man.
Jace.
Oh, he's going to take the foul.
Nice look there by Hussein. That's what you got to do there, Tim, when you're in the zone. Quick passes, find those holes.
And getting a man open has been a rarity so far for Dundalk in this game. It's been scrapping underneath, and they've been losing the offensive rebound battle, but they're at the charity strip once again.
This is the first trip to the line for Jace Barrett. First one is off the rim.
(29-25), the home team. Ooh.
Misses both. Empty trip there for the Lions.
You need all of those.
Yes, yes you do. Considering that this is a tight game, Tim. Manji kicks it out around the corner. Johnson off the front of the rim. Rebound Scott.
Oh,
gets his pocket picked. I believe that was Roach on the steal.
Oh, boy. And just like that, you give up another foul. I think it's sort of important what happens after a turnover. You have to get back in place, but when you have a turnover and then you turn that right into a foul, it's not going to help you at all.
Got to get back on defense. That's where a lot of these fouls have been, Tim, is off these misses by the Lions. And Howard's coming down, and they're just trying to go for that steal or bump and putting themselves in harm's way. As the free throw is good there.
29-26. Very tight game. A lot of assessment to do. I think we've seen Howard, I think they certainly have won that offensive rebound battle, and that's been key.
That's 2 of 2. As Okawale subbing in for Dundalk 21. Obase heading to the bench. 29-27. 3 minutes left here in the opening frame. Albury subbing back into the game, swings it over to Barrow, over to Scott. Williams, foul line.
Oh, boy.
In and out. Tough rebound there by Roach.
Lions can't buy a rebound offensively.
Johnson over to Norton. Back out to Enrique. Roach.
Man-to-man defense.
Manji called for it in the paint. Shot clock down to 10. Johnson kicks it out.
Oh!
3. Miss. Rebound by Norton. Spin. Kicks it out. Johnson.
He's going to go again, Tim.
Probing. Blocked by Scott. Norton able to recover it. Second and third chances here. Trap almost with a steal there. Roach. Pro hop. Shot. No. Manji. Board.
Oh, boy.
And gets the line. That's just a lot of hustle by these bigs, Tim.
The Lions are having a hard time on the boards tonight. That's one thing to talk about. They have had a hard time on both ends of the court with just being able to get in position and to get the basketball.
A big green arrow up for this Howard Dragon squad in the paint, Tim. As Manji misses his first miss. He's 2 of 3 now from the line.
He's been noticeable tonight.
Make it 3 of 4.
1 point ball game in the Lions Den, Dundalk.
2 minutes. Crucial 2 minutes here. Momentum in the favor of the Dragons. Picks it, Okawale.
He's got a
nice
man.
dish to a cutting barrel and gets it.
That's what they've been looking for, and they've had to earn every one.
Every single point, 3-point lead. Johnson guarded tightly by Albury. Enrique drives past Williams.
Oh,
right
boy.
hand and one.
Oh, no.
Emmanuel Enrique takes it strong to the 10, Tim.
And that's what we've seen all night from Howard. They're trying to make a lane. If there's not one, they make one. I think that's been on both ends of the court. That's where your foul problems are coming in. I'd be very interested to know just kind of where Dundalk is with the fouls. Bucket, 31-28 game.
Correction. Looks like they're fixing that score.
Officials stopped the action for a moment. So if you're on the Dundalk bench, Tim, what are you telling your players right now? And it's not, it's close, but it's tied, in fact, right now.
Yeah.
But they've earned every bucket, haven't they?
Yeah, they did. It's been a tight one, Tim. It's going to be a blue-collar game here, of the looks of it. Scott. Albury drives. Float game.
Oh, boy.
Short. Manji on the rebound. Coming the other way. Roach drives. Up and under. Smooth lay-in.
That was a very nice effort.
By the 6'4 sophomore from D.C.
Getting it in.
And the first lead for Howard in quite some time. Scott in the lane.
Oh, boy.
Misses.
That's not a very good shot.
Rebound Johnson going the other way. Right hand. Shot does not get the fall, but he's heading to the line for 2. Seems like this transition game is in the favor of the Dragons here, Tim.
You've got to think about when you're on the offensive end of the court, what are you putting together? There seemed to be no strategy by way of the Lions. Everything that they've earned certainly has been, either off of rebounds or having to get that lane open, but they're getting punished on the boards and having to come back to try and defend, and they're putting themselves in foul trouble.
As a matter of fact, we had a substitution. Malachi Washington, one of their big guys in the interior, very active around the glass, is back in the game.
Johnson at the line.
Looking to make it 2 of 2 on this trip. And gets the roll. 35-31, a 4-point lead here for Howard up on Dundalk.
50 seconds left in this contest to halftime.
Washington setting the pick. Scott.
Oh, boy.
Tipped away. Washington does not get the roll on the second chance.
Scrappy.
Good positioning there by Washington.
There's been a wall down on the defensive end for Howard, and they have been playing very aggressive on both ends of the court, Tim.
Had some erasers on the boards for sure. First shot is long for Washington.
He misses that one, and every opportunity, every bucket counts. We know that. Missed both.
Another miss. Crucial misses here
No
for
success
the Lions.
on the last couple of times at the charity strip.
And another officials checking the time here.
.40 or 35 seconds rather on the clock. And Tim, we've seen the Lions get opportunities, and they've missed about 4 consecutive free throws, which of course would put the game at a tie at this point.
Yep.
Down by 4.
Free throws are the name of the game. Johnson coming up, 30 seconds left, about a 10-second difference between the shot clock, game clock, and a shuffling of the feet and elbow thrown there.
He's contesting it, but one step too many. He's got to show some ID for that one, doesn't he?
Shot clock turned off. Game clock down in 19 seconds.
Lions need one.
If they want to, Tim, they can take the last shot as the Dragons go back to that stingy 2-3 zone. Albury kicks it out. Scott from the corner.
Oh!
A big 3 needed for the Lions. And that's how you cap off the half, Tim.
Absolutely.
Big 3 by C.J. Scott.
And look at the score at this point, Tim. It does not look like what's happened so far.
No.
A lot of opportunity for the Lions, and they've got to have some talks in the locker room.
That's right. 35-34 is the score. Howard up on Dundalk. A tight divisional matchup, very gritty. We'll see you folks back in about 10-15 minutes for the second half coverage. Tim Tootin Jr.
Tim Tootin Sr.
I know.
Yeah.
I know, man.
You'll do your thing. Well, thank you, sir. Thank you.
What a disaster. All because Garrett Cole didn't go to first base, man. You got to field it at first. Come on, man. I know. What an implosion.
Yeah. So they bring you.
Normally, they did a couple games last year.
Try not to get it in the way there. Do it a little bit. A little bit. Tell me what leave the score alone, sir. Okay. Stand or sit the next stand. You stand is what you do? Well, I'll stand with you then. Whatever you comfortable.
It's usually depends. I mean, usually the gym you stand.
How you doing, sir?
Hey, sir, how are you?
I'm learning.
Okay, you're doing a great job. I've been watching some of the broadcasts on the TV. You guys are doing great.
I told him I'll try to fill in the blank every now and then. Live in a dead space.
That's right. I ordered some chicken if you want something to eat.
Sure. Junior?
Yes, sir.
No pizza, but there's some chicken back there. Ordered chicken today.
Oh,
Roto chicken.
I can work with that.
So
Something different.
I'm just yeah. 3 games this week. I figured everybody was tired of pizza every day, so I figured I'd mix it up today. So.
I lost track of how many games we've done.
Coming out and get something to eat. There's some Western fries and
Oh, the wedges.
yeah, Western fries and chicken and something.
I'll be out there in a second.
Okay, guys, doing a great job.
Thank you. Thank you. He's following you, man. You want some chicken?
Go ahead. Can you bring me there or no?
Okay. I mean, you want me to bring you?
Yeah, I'll get a wing. It's 7:40, trying to get you right, man.
bring the energy, but not much offense.
And they're not boxing out.
Yeah.
At all.
Yeah. That was an issue their last game. Like
Rebound-wise,
their defense was like you know, you're talking about like guarding the lanes, like their passing lanes were wide open in the last game.
I don't think I've ever had more for a second.
Had the wedges.
That's just recovery, man.
We need to get Tucker from break. All these kickers missing these field goals. And the Washington kicker missed the extra point. So it tied the game, it's in overtime.
That's what Jay was telling me. I said, man, I can't believe it.
I know he was hot.
Yep. What's the big guy's name? In the first time?
Anthony, it's DJ. I just call him Monty.
French, huh?
Yep. Harry. Time he's got something different. It's usually pizza every time. Squires.
I still with you.
You can mix it every once in a while. I usually try to mix it up every maybe like 5 minutes or a couple of minutes.
Thank you. I said my same thing, but in terms of what you think your locker room talk? Do they have to do different? Well, I do that one, so I'll do a little thing with this nice spot with a little in and out. Over here, and then come at the end and get all score here. We'll do it, call them in and out.
Touchdown tip. Touchdown tip. Rick.
Let me put this camera on. Put this on you. What you get down, man?
Back live here. It's Dundalk. Howard, 35-34, 1 point lead. Lions looking to answer back, and
Wow.
they do just like that right off the bat. Hussein for 3.
Talking about a halftime pep talk, huh?
And 37-35 is the lead here. Roach for 3.
Wow.
Nice defense there. And last touch there by Howard's going to go to the Lions.
Do you think that the Lions are going to stay with the long game? You mentioned earlier about how they are known for taking that long shot.
I don't think it's something they can rely on. It's when the moment is right in terms of getting that three-point shot there, if it presents itself. Scott and pass to Thompson, almost fumbled by Barrow, tipped to Scott, probing, kicks it out off the foot of Williams. He gets it with 5 on the shot clock. 3 ball is long. Rebound by the Dragons.
Very aggressive on that one.
Johnson coming the other way. Tipped away by Williams. Covered by Roach. He drives back. Roach, right hand. It's good.
Going to be a score.
Not shy at attacking the paint for his Roach.
And back about finding that lane.
37 all is the score. Scott, nice dish. Base.
Oh, boy.
Up and under, no. Fighting for it is Base and Manji. And it's a jump ball. It's going to go to the Dragons of Howard.
Tipped up with some old school. Reminds me of a little Earl Monroe. You
Earl
saw
the Pearl.
The Earl, the extra, but able to get something out of it for sure.
And a little press being applied. Half-court press here by the Lions. And Dragons are able to break it.
They've been doing that all game, haven't they?
Yes, they have. Sometimes it's success, sometimes they haven't. Johnson drives to his right. Over to Roach. Tight area, a lot of bodies in one space. Roach, Johnson, up and under,
He has
tipped
no place
away.
to go.
Great defense by O'Base. Gets the steal. Transition game on the other end for the Lions. Scott, O'Base, not ready for it. And another jump ball. We're going to stay here, possession to the Lions.
What are we seeing different from the Lions, Tim, just at the beginning of this tied ball game now, of course? What are we seeing different, you think?
Seeing them striking quickly with that three-point shot and inbounds play here. O'Base, right hand. Shot is long. Manji again with another rebound. As the Lions will back up off the press. Johnson passes it over to McDuffie. O'Base all over him. Roach drives to his left. Euro, right hand.
Whoa!
What a beautiful, easy touch. That's 8 points for Arthur Roach. Second leading scorer here for this Howard Dragons basketball team. They were up 39-37, 17 minutes left. Scott give the pick from O'Base. Another one from Thompson. Right, strong. C.J. Scott. Back on the stat sheet here in the second half.
Boy, he
Tied
had
at 39.
He had his weight, didn't he? There was no denying that.
Press broken again. McDuffie to Roach. Hesse. Manji, strong left, and one.
Oh, boy.
Too much size. Paris French. Just muscled it right over Thompson. Wow.
You know, with his size and certainly aggressive, he's been powering in the middle there, and their best effort to stop him is usually a foul.
And it looks like that's what the Lions are going deep into their bench here, going with number 33, Amir Brown, 6'9", trying to compete with the 6'7" of Manji. As he's not able to complete the and one. 41-39. Howard up on Dundalk. Lions searching for some offenses. Howard goes back to this very stingy 2-3 zone. Almost able to get a turnover. Pump fake. Scott. O'Base inside. Nowhere to go. Barrow, 3 from the corner. He misses. Rebound. Enrique.
Well, they needed that one, didn't they?
Desperately. Roach guarded out. Kicks it around the top of the key. McDuffie moves the handle. Stolen. Xavier Barrow. Easy left hand for 2. And we're tied back at 41, Tim.
And that's how you answer a turnover.
Like to see nice active hands. Picking on that mistake there. McDuffie trying to get past the press. Roach guarded by Obase. Got Manji Enrique at the foul line. Trying to break this man-to-man. There's Manji with the ball. Drives off his foot. Saved by Roach. Fighting for it. Jump ball is going to stay here.
And that's the 3rd jump ball, which I think speaks to the aggressiveness.
In a matter of minutes.
Saying, I want the ball more than you. And we're seeing that on both ends. I don't think Johnson's been out of the game. I'm looking at the leader of this team, so to speak, the point guard. But I'm still seeing this press. I keep talking about it, is that Dundalk continues the press, hoping to force a turnover course.
Johnson will inbound here with 3 left on the shot clock.
Whoa!
Tipped away by Barrow, and looks like it's off of Barfield. So that's going to go to Dundalk, Tim.
An important game. You mentioned that this is certainly an important game for both teams this early in the season.
Yeah, huge. Both teams 5-1, fighting for conference supremacy here in the Region 20, Tim. As the pick is set by Scott. Albury, float game.
Wow.
Misses. It was pretty. Did not have the right touch
Almost.
on it, though. As Albury gets guarded by Johnson. Johnson goes right by him. Hezzy, pump fake. Shot is long. Maji in the right place.
Can't get that rebound.
Right time again. Roach, spin. In the paint amongst the trees. Goodness.
What a play.
So much in the bag for Arthur Roach. He's in double figures now in points.
Now, we call that old school. A lot of juking here tonight, Tim.
Shucking and jiving, if you will. Scott off the pick by Brown. Barrow drives, kicks it out. Scott for 3. Yes.
There we go. And that's the 3 you've been talking about all game, what they're known for. They need it.
Yes. And that's the first lead we've seen since the opener of the second half here with Hussein Williams. So it's a big 3 to give them a 1-point lead for the Lions. Timely 3s. Albury tied up on Johnson. Barfield has it with 10 on the shot clock. Johnson tight ropes it up and under.
Oh, my goodness.
Woo!
Wow.
Mr. JJ to you, Jaden Johnson, up and under.
Impressive.
As you said, the floor general for this Dragons team. 45-44, another lead change. Scott over to Barrow, float game, short. Enrique with a rebound.
You talk about the float game. It's going to take more than that. They need to, I think, start to kind of charge the board.
And they break it. Enrique. Blocking foul on Barrow.
And both players are down. That was a charge, we thought. I think the intent was to block the lane and maybe make something happen. It didn't go that way.
Fortunately, it did not. This Howard team, they have a lot of guys, Tim, that can drive and slash to the cup. And to their advantage, they've been finishing on a lot of those slashes to the cup tonight.
And they don't mind doing it. And that's how you end up at the free throw line.
And they're in a good position, Tim, where they're just so good on the boards that if they just take it to the rack, they have no problem having that advantage in the rebound department to be able to go back and finish. And with that, they keep going to the rack and drawing these fouls. Lions are in foul trouble.
And I think as it comes down to the final minutes of this contest, you're going to look back and say, well, what was the factor with the free throws? There again.
2 of 2 on the trip, and that's another factor, Tim. Making these free throws could be key down the stretch. 47-44. 13 minutes left here in the second half. Albury. Williams, 3. That's his spot. Misses on that one. And out of bounds. Oh, looks like
the Lions is saying, wait a minute.
It's like they thought that rebound was slapped there by Enrique, that they thought it went off of him.
And there's some discussion. They're talking this thing over.
And they do just that, Tim. They switch it back over. Dundalk Lions basketball. Barrow will inbound it. Passes it long to Barrett. Guarded by Enrique. Man-to-man here. Albury guarded tightly by Barfield. Drives to his right, jab stick, picked by Obeys. Albury, left-hand float.
Boy, that float's not floating.
The float game has not been kind to this Lions team. Barfield is going to take it the other way. Kicks it to Enrique, drives, pocket picked. Roach there in the right spot. Over to Johnson. They reset here at 15 on the shot clock. Float to Enrique.
Wow, another
Around
foul.
3 defenders. Unfortunately, a reach-in foul there for the Lions.
And you would hope that Dundalk has a deep bench because they have been allowing the opponent to stay at the line. They're parking there, so to speak.
Yes. Handicap pass and everything. And a rare miss here for Henriquez. Actually his first miss at the charity stripe tonight. Now he's 8 of 9 from the line. 48-44 is the lead here. Howard up on Dundalk here on a Monday night. Conference supremacy is at hand. Both teams 5-1, looking to gain an edge in this early divisional matchup. Barrett with a hang carries there for a traveling violation.
Wow, that does not help at all.
And quickly, that turnover, Jace will head to the bench, and number 3, Destin Bray, making his first couple minutes on the floor.
But Tim, certainly a lot of opportunity that Dundalk, I mean, they've had some shots and just not been able to make them.
They've had their shots breaking this too. They did a good job breaking the zone. They're just not finishing in the paint. As Enrique tries to finish there. And another foul. First one here on Bray. It's going to be the 4th team foul, Tim, of the half.
And we're just into the second period here.
Yeah. About a third of the way through. Yeah.
That does not bode well.
Play smarter without fouling here. And there's Enrique at the line, Tim, as you said before, where he's got some residency here at the charity stripes.
Yeah, absolutely. And that makes the difference in any contest. And there's another one.
50-44 is the score. 6-point disadvantage here for the Lions of Dundalk. Searching for some points here on offense. Trying to figure out this zone of the Dragons. Barrow, Albury, kicks it out for Williams for 3. High arc. Might have been altered there by Enrique. He misses it. Johnson. Pocket picked. Recovers back. Misses. Rebound, Hussein Williams. And finds Obeys. Drives. Shot is good. And one. Alex Obeys.
That is how you become aggressive and you make something happen, and the Lions keep charging back.
A huge, huge moment in the action there for the Lions. They get a bucket and the and one, Tim.
And you can say this about the Lions team. They've not backed away. They've missed a lot of key shots in even this half, but they keep coming back, which is what you have to do.
Base looking to complete the job here at the free throw line. And rims out on that one. 11:20 left here, second half. Dundalk, Howard, Enrique, over to Johnson in the corner. Barfield for 3. Splash!
Oh
boy. The most sincere of Barfield's, his second 3 of the game, Tim.
Wow. That drives the score up pretty quickly, doesn't it?
It's a big, big shot. Lead is ballooned to 7, and just like that. C.J. Scott tries his hand at 3. He is long. Pass tipped out. Last touch by Obeys. going to the Dragons.
And the Lions can't get a break here. They're really being contested on both ends of the court. We talked about, the Dragons having their way underneath. And then when you have a turnover like that, it does not help your effort.
Especially coming up empty on that trip, Tim, indeed. Johnson, nice feed. Ooh.
Now, some may say that was a clean block, but not the official.
That's a good job there. We've seen this many a times today, Tim. Johnson is able to get past these guards of Dundalk and get into the lane with no resistance and able to kick it to the bigs, including this one at the line here.
A lot of speed.
Yeah.
Jaden Johnson, he's been a factor as the operator of this defense, being able to go in and to make some things happen.
Coach Byron King is going to call a timeout here with his team down 8, and Tim continuing to search for answers.
What do you think he's saying to his guys right now? They came out with some spark and certainly have settled back into some real struggles.
I think he's telling his team just to kind of settle down, continue to work for the right shot, and they're being a little not a lot of advantages with that float game, Tim. They've had some opportunities to break. They've done a good job breaking this 2-3 zone. They're just not able to finish with these shots.
And what about defense? Another set of challenges on defense.
That's a whole other thing. That on the defensive end, they got to continue to clog those lanes and get better positioning to get on those boards, because that theme has continued here in the second half with the Howard Dragons dominating on the boards.
And that's been a factor. Came back from halftime, and we talked about the three-point shot, and you've been covering this team for many years, and you knew that was a factor, but it's not working currently. You need to make some baskets, some of those floaters, I guess.
Yeah, definitely make those floaters. And some of the three-point shooters, usually when they're shooting it, they've had some good looks, and Hussein Williams before is the guy they mostly rely on for that shot. And he's had a few opportunities tonight, but few and far between, Tim, because of that stifling defense of the Dragons.
And once again, we find ourselves with Howard at the line. Familiar location.
And 2 for 2 on the trip there for Anthony Manji. Lead now at 9. Barrow inside to a base, trying to break the zone. Picks up his dribble. Barrow picks set by Obase.
Oh!
Almost stolen by Johnson. Williams, the extra pass. Barrow 3.
There we go.
Count it.
And that's the 3 that Tim Tootin Jr. has been talking about all night.
And that just seems to be a timely 3, Tim. Just as it seems these Dragons are starting to pull away a crucial 3 to stem that tide. 6-point game here. 10 minutes left. Barfield takes to the cup, right hand.
Now, I'm not very good at counting. I think that may have been one too many, I believe.
Yes. These days seem to get away with a little bit, a few extra steps there. LeBron James is very common at doing that, Tim.
Well, that's king.
Second trip at the line here for Sincere Barfield. Knocks down first. The 5'10", freshman guard from Patterson High School, previously by way of Parkville High School. 3 years there, won a state championship. A lot to prove here on the JUCO circuit. Comes up empty on the second one. Rebound for the Lions, 56-49. 9 minutes left. Lions looking to build on that last 3 by Barrow. And a beautiful dime from Scott to Obase.
And, boy, that was needed.
Caught that zone sleeping. And a little change up here. Thompson and Base trying to bring the pressure. Roach, Barfield, 3 corner. In and out. Hussein on the rebound. Other way. 1-2. Stop. Oh, offensive foul. Great position there.
Wow.
Great. Who else? Jaden Johnson.
We're talking about being aggressive. That came the other way.
That was unfortunate there for Williams because he looked a little uncomfortable. He's trying to get around Jaden Johnson there, Tim. Just great positioning.
And maybe you pull back on a shot like that and just take a moment to reset. I mean, you get those points, but you almost need to pull back just a little bit and kind of set up your play.
Usually, Williams is usually a good finisher of the Cup, so I think he truly believed in his ability to get there. It's just he's not able to finish on that one. And a little full court man-to-man pressure being applied there by the Lions. Dragons are able to break it. Little base. Guarding up on Hendricks. Sir Henrique. He drives, kicks it out. Barfield, 3-ball again. He's long. Rebound by Scott.
Oh, boy.
And a long pass and turns over an easy one there.
I think what we're seeing, Tim, is an example of not having that patience. There was an opportunity with the steal, but what do you do to play your game?
Uncharacteristic turnover there. They're usually automatic in transition there, Tim. 8:45 left here in the contest. Howard up on Dundalk by 5. O'Base guarding Johnson. Over to Roach. Roach over to Barfield, guarded by Barrow. 12 on the shot clock. Pump fake. Roach up strong.
Wow.
What a mean pump fake by Roach to get Thompson.
Mean was an understatement.
And there's a pass, almost turned it over. Thompson recovers it. Tipped away by Manji, staying here with the Lions.
Now let's talk about that play. That was textbook, pulling in, pulling out, and that leads to a timeout.
Yep, and another timeout. Looks like Coach King has got a full timeout, Tim, here.
And again, we talk about what needs to be done, what needs to happen. I mean, the Lions have kept the press up, for sure.
Yes.
But opportunities on the other end have just not happened.
Yeah, a few opportunities they've gotten in the transition game they have not been able to complete. And then when they're set back on that defense, it just seems like these Dragons are just a step ahead, making that extra pass to get the bucket or getting strong in the contested shots around the 10, able to complete.
Howard Community College Dragons, and you talk about the success they had this past season and looking for a return, but the Lions are trying to stop them.
That's right, Tim. This Howard team, they went 26-8 last season, won the Region 20 Conference Tournament, so they punched their ticket to the big dance. Fortunately, it was a short trip. They lost in the first round. But they're one of the teams coming back. They got about seven returning players. One of them we're seeing right here with Enrique, number 11, and a couple of newcomers coming in this year. A nice nucleus of teams, especially players, with Manji, the big fella, number 35, a presence, bringing the French baguette from Paris. As Barrow is set to inbound the basketball, Scott trying to get by.
Oh, boy.
A bad decision there by Scott.
Oh!
Barfield almost a charge travel there. Manji tipped away. Williams has it. Passed it to Scott. He's got the advantage up and under. It's good.
Wow, that looked good. That was needed. That's when defense pays off.
And just like that, some pressure being applied here. 5-point game. Dragons up on the Lions. Barfield has it. Drives. Euro kicks it out. Roach, 3. Misses. And over the back foul call there, aggressive there by Enrique. And now it's going to go to the Lions. That's the second team foul. An empty trip there for the Dragons. Lions looking to take advantage of that.
Lions very much still in this ball game. No doubt about it.
If they could string a couple of buckets, Tim, it'll be huge. Thompson has it. Kicks it out to Barrow. Back to Williams. Shot clock at 15. Scott probing. Kicks it out. Thompson. Foul line. Shuffle, defeats some travel. You think when they get in the paint like that, Tim, just put up a shot. Because once you get in there, you can't pick up your dribble and try to dish it out. You got to take that shot when it's there.
A lot of second thought.
And a turnover right back to the Dragons.
And this full court pressure continues.
Roach over to Henriquez. Kicks it to Barfield. Swing it around the can. Johnson, pressure. And stepped on the line is the Dragons.
And that's a break you need. You get any break you can get at this point of the ball game.
And again, another chance for them to take advantage here. 6:55 left. Lions down 5 to the Dragons. And the vaunted 2-3 zone tipped away. There it is. Barfield drives up and under. Draws the foul. Has no problem slashing to the cup there, creating some contact. And he's going to go to the line for 2.
And that sends Howard back to the line once again. They've been there quite a bit, Tim.
You might as well just get a picket fence and put a side and put it right at the foul line with a dragon emoji right there. And first one is good for Barfield. There's Anthony McCall, number 24, subbing in for the Lions squad.
This game is not out of reach by any stretch of the imagination. I think that the Lions have to execute.
Yeah. They've had some gifts, back and forth turnovers. They just haven't been able to execute. Barrow on the right wing. McCall flashing up and down the key. Barrow 3. Shot is off. Rebound by Henrique. Johnson bringing it up the floor general for this Howard Dragon squad. Over to Barfield. Lane is open. He drives, kicks it out to Henrique. McCall with a tight defense on Roach. Shot clock down to 10. Barfield. Pick set by Manji. 3 ball for Barfield. Air ball. And it's going to go to the Lions.
Every break is a good break at this point of the contest. And there again, I think we see the Lions still looking to get into that rhythm and taking advantage of what they need.
They just seem to be in a rut offensively, Tim. They're not able to take care of these advantages in the zone. There you go. Hussein Williams gets 2 there, breaks that zone. Down 5 points. Johnson guarded tightly by Obase. Over to Roach. Manji coming out of there, clears it out. Roach. And as he was driving there, a little reach in there by McCall.
Howard attacking the defense that they've been doing all game, as the Lions are having to scrap him. They have stayed in the game, but a lot of opportunities have been missed. A lot of the floaters you talked about, a lot of the turnovers. And they've got to fix that.
Untimely turnovers. And Roach at the free throw line here. First trip to the charity stripe. And he's up empty on misses that 1-and-1. So another possibility here for the Lions. Barrow around the key. Hussein sitting right in the middle of the zone. Barrow drives. Shot blocked by Henrique. He's going to try to take it the other way. Euro. Ooh, my. That seemed like all ball, but the official says, hey, a little slap on the forearm there.
And another foul.
That's the 4th foul on Hussein Williams. Fouls continue to pile up for this Lions squad as Enrique at the free throw line. Gets the advantageous roll there on the first one.
And that hurts you down the stretch. And right now we're in the stretch.
We're in a danger zone here. 5:20 left. Second one good. 62-55. Howard Dragons up on the Dundalk Lions. Searching for some offense. And some consistency at offense at that. Scott drives, bounce pass to Barrow. Kick it out to Barrett. And let's see what the call is there. And looks like it's a foul. Barrett might have drugged that foot. But it's a foul on the line on the Dragons. Barrow will inbound. Scott drives amongst the trees and gets the foul. Excuse me, a jump ball. And it's going to stay here with the Lions.
And the coach isn't buying it for the Lions. But that's the call.
Good job there, Tim, by the Dragons playing good defense without fouling. Base does not get the roll. Baird with the rebound.
A lot of aggressive play on the inside tonight, and the Lions are fighting for their lives, Tim.
They are certainly they're trying to stop the fanning of the flame by this Dragon squad. They're trying to restore the roar here in the den. Barrett to Barrow. Scott hands it off. Back and forth set by Obase. Pick. CJ Scott does not get the roll, but he's going to go to the line for two.
Now that was hopeful.
Just throw it up and hope for some contact. And that was in his advantage there.
A wing and a prayer.
Living on a prayer like Bon Jovi.
How important are these free throws, Tim?
They're extremely crucial, Tim. They need to knock these two down and bring it down to a 5-point game. First one is down for Scott. It'll go a long way, Tim, for the Lions to settle down, take their deep breath, collect themselves on defense. Try to focus on making some stops here to get back into this game. Shot is good. Free throw is good, excuse me.
Much needed.
Much needed. 5 points is the deficit here for Dundalk. 4:40 left in the game. Johnson, guarded by Obase.
He's a workhorse.
Out to Manji, way on the top of the key. Roach, shaking, Bacon, hands it off. Enrique, shot clock down to 5. What a pass. Manji collects it. Roach, pro hop, and a block. Right into the body of Obase.
And that one hurt.
It's unfortunate, Tim.
And it puts the Dragons back at the line once again.
It's been an Achilles heel for this Lions defense on their defensive end. Continuing not playing good, playing defense without fouling. And it's allowing these Dragons to get to the line and continue to slowly stretch this lead, as they're currently at 7 right now, trying to take it to 9.
And we're fighting against the clock at this point.
And they're in the double bonus as well. Scott, bounce pass, Washington finishes underneath. Nice feed by C.J. Scott.
Much needed.
Down to 6. Coach King imploring his defense. Lock in, get a stop. Enrique guarded by Williams. Over to Roach. Barfield high at the top of the key to Johnson, the floor general. Drives to his left. Awkward shot, it still gets the fall.
Oh, boy.
Not much, Tim, you can do to defend that.
If there's an MVP, Johnson is putting on a real clinic here tonight.
Scott over to Barrow, drives, float game.
Oh,
Finally gets one there.
well, Tim, the float you've talked about has happened.
I'll tell you, last game on Saturday, about every float that Xavier Barrow was putting up, Tim, was falling. As they're down 6 with 3 minutes left. Time running out for the Lions. Barfield, top left of the key, guarded by Barrett. Johnson with 5 on the clock. Pick set. Drive, spin, under.
Whoa.
Almost got to fall. Williams with the rebound on the other end.
The NBA.
Barrett kicks it out. Scott, 3. They need it. Misses. Washington, right place, right time. Draws the foul on Enrique.
And there's a call for a jump ball.
Jump ball. Oh, man. And that's the advantageous possession arrow.
Wow.
To Howard.
And at a time like this, as they're beginning to become more aggressive, that call hurt.
It hurts because they can get to take it down to that shot clock and take more time off of the clock and try to milk away this game. It's both teams 5-1, Dundalk and Howard.
Oh.
Almost a shuffling there by Enrique. Roach, spin move. Free shot is up, it's short.
I see what you're saying.
Rebound by Barrett. Transition, goes up, left hand.
Oh, boy.
And gets the block. Man,
on the floater.
That would have been gone a long way, Tim, if that shot would have fallen.
And it's been that way for the Lions all night. There have been some oops and some almost. It would have certainly helped. But they're still in this contest.
Comes down the free throws as Jace Barrett is 0 of 2 from the line tonight. He's going to need to knock down these two.
And that's when everyone counts, every bucket. You forget what's happened before this, it's down to this now.
Got to have a short memory, Tim.
Absolutely.
Jace Barrett looking to complete it at the line for the second one. And does not do that there, misses the second. 5-point game. Under 2 minutes left here. Lions down by 5. Scott guarded tightly by Roach, picks up his dribble. He's got a pass, and he does. Johnson floats it to Enrique. Shot clock down 10, spin move inside. And a late foul call there. Looks like they're calling that on Marquell Thompson. Referee saying hit him upside the head there.
And once again, that puts Howard back at the place they want to be at this point of the game.
And that's definitely been the difference tonight, Tim, as we have Enrique at the line. He's got some property here at the free throw line, Tim.
Absolutely.
He's been the most player for the Dragons team to get on this line here. To his credit, he's only missed one. I have him down for about 11 to 12 here from the line.
And, boy, that can make a difference.
And just like as we said earlier in that first half, Tim, when this game was tight, about 2 or 3 possessions, as Enrique misses the free throw. Free throws are huge. I know the Lions missed about 3 or 4, which could have been the difference here to tighten that deficit.
Absolutely.
Scott over to O'Base. Bounce pass to Williams. Free throw shot.
Wow.
Looks like it's short.
Missed the entire basket.
Pressure being applied there by Williams. Timeout by the Dragons.
And Johnson has been, I think, a difference maker in this second half. We talk about the opponent having the general on the floor. Certainly they've made some things happen.
He's definitely been the ball handler for this team, the floor general, making all the difficult contested shots look very easy, as well as finding the right man, dishing it off to Manji, ditching it off to Roach. And Enrique getting to the line, so they've been doing a good job as well as being the main benefactor on that 2-3 zone and their defense there, stifling this Lions team.
We talked about the aggressiveness of the Lions. I mean, they did their part in terms of the pressing, but Howard just found a way early on to just dominate the boards. I think that's been a factor as well.
That's been a huge factor, Tim. They've done a good job getting there on the boards. With it's really been a whole team effort. All the guards, Monji has been a menace on the boards. Roach has made a couple of plays as well as the rebound department. And another thing that's been key, Tim, the Drags have been playing well without fouling. Like when the Lions have tried to get at the cup, they've played great defense, playing great without fouling. That's also been a huge benefactor for them in this game, as they're trying to go to 6-1 and get their first conference win here tonight here at the Lions Den.
And we see Howard at their familiar place, and they've certainly taken advantage of the opportunities they've had, be it a foul or be it certainly a turnover.
And Roach has it, and he loses it off his foot. And I think is that going to be backcourt? I think it's going to be backcourt, and it is. Yes. So
Absolutely.
There's a gift. A gift.
And a gift is
Lions.
needed at this point. Not impossible, but you have to make this and
You have to
get it right back.
You have to execute, run one of your plays to find a man for three. Ideally, you want either Barrow or Williams. Barrow will inbound it to Scott. Old base on the pick. And
Wow.
pressure. Lost it. Last touch by the Dragons.
Good hustling on the part of Howard, and it really has been a scramble here tonight in terms of hustle. I think both teams have hustled, but this Howard team, I think, shows why they were where they were last year. And I think if you're the Lions, you talk about what did not happen or what we could have done differently, I believe.
And what adjustments could be made exactly, Tim? Williams will inbound it. Out to Barrow. Goes past Barfield. McCall. Barrow, three. No. Scott saves it. Barrow, second chance. Hit finishes on that one.
That
And
was
they're down
key.
3, Tim. 51.2 seconds.
And just
left
like
in the
that,
game.
we still have a ball game here at the Lions Den, and you want the clock to be your friend.
And this is an opportunity, Tim, for the Lions. Now they're down one possession to get back into their aggressive pressing defense, hoping they'll catch the Dragons slipping on a mistake here.
And they've not been doing much slipping so far in this game, Tim, so you can only hope for that.
And it's funny you mentioned that because that is what this floor here at Dundalk is known for, is a lot of slippage on the floor, not the best traction. So surprised we haven't seen a whole lot of these turnovers and slipping on the floor. So that's been another part.
A lot of aggressiveness.
Coach Byron King here, the head coach of the Lions, imploring for his fellows, get a stop here, give yourselves a chance.
Down to the final ticks on the clock as the Lions look for a miracle here.
And it starts with a stop. Starts with a stop. Emmanuel Enriquez will inbound the ball here, 51.2 seconds. And there's Johnson has it, able to break that press. Barfield.
You got to get a foul there.
22nd. Oh, they had an opportunity there. Oh, and a timeout there by Coach Smelkinson at the last second there, as that was danger zone for Roach and the Dragons.
Now maybe I'm just old school. I would think you would have fouled one of the Dragons right away. I mean,
Yeah.
and send them to the line, which they've been successful at.
Considering you're already at the double bonus, you go ahead and foul. Either way, it's going to be 2 to the line. So you got to, like you said, preserve some time. Give yourself as many opportunities as you can here late.
And that was a crucial timeout because it could have very well have gone.
Roach will inbound it. Almost stolen there by Barrow. Shot clock down to 15, 20-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Looks like they're going to play it out, try to play it on defense. Johnson drives and draws the foul.
And one more foul.
Savvy play by the veteran, the floor general. The 5'10 sophomore from Upper Marlboro, Maryland.
Prince George's County. Back in the day, we called it Mayberry.
Mayberry.
Yes, indeed. And Johnson's had quite the game tonight. I don't think he's taking a break.
He knocks down the first one. The shot clock is turned off, Tim. 2-possession lead here for the Dragons. So all they really got to do, Tim, is just don't foul. Play without fouling. And don't do anything silly. Like a 4-point play of sorts.
We've seen many things happen.
Both are good.
I think that
Johnson.
seals it, Tim.
Down 5, 25 seconds left. Scott, Albury, McCall. They got to shoot. They got to go now. Got to go now. McCall, 3. Rims out. Rebound, Enrique. Over to Johnson.
And they get the foul.
Again, Tim, there. It's a little bit of indecisiveness there. You got to put the shot up and put it quick there.
And you could say there's been good ball management by the Dragons tonight. I think that timeout was crucial. I think they've done from their bench, they've called a good game in terms of strategy. You know, I think it's paid off for them. And there's Johnson again.
You can't miss him with those bright pink shoes, Tim.
That's a good observation. And that's about
7-point deficit here for the Lions. 3-ball barrel. No. McCall tries to get it. Nope. Rebound by Enrique. And that's going to be the finish here tonight. Big win here for the Howard Community College Dragons. They defeat the Dundalk Lions here 72-65 as they're able to capture their first conference victory tonight. Big one here, Tim.
There's certainly a lot more season left, but when if you're the Lions, you talk about the things that could have been.
Yeah.
That certainly was a challenge tonight. I think we talked about the importance of this game. What were some of the factors as it relates to the Lions? What did not work tonight, Tim?
I'll tell you what was not working tonight that worked on Saturday was, like you said, there's 50-50 shots. A lot of those floors were able to fall for them tonight, and the Dragons did a really good job of really tightening up on defense, making them take some contested shots they were not able to make. And just, again, I think it was big, just the aggressiveness by the Dragons on the boards there, Tim. That was huge.
You talked about the missed opportunities. I think early on we saw the Lions give up a lot of the baseline. They kind of readjusted with that.
Mm-hmm.
But I thought Howard really just kept pounding.
Yeah, kept their foot on the pedal by the floor general, Jane Johnson, as we've talked about in the entire broadcast tonight. Really good job making some timely buckets, great passes, really engineering this Dragons team. And that's why they moved to 6-1 tonight and going ahead of here this Lions squad, a tough loss.
So if you're the Lions, what do you do? How do you regroup? You, of course, prepare for the next opponent. But what do you talk about now?
Well, certainly you want to go ahead and play out a little bit on the next game. be more efficient with your shot taking. Get some three balls able to fall for Williams and Barrow, which was unfortunate for them. When their shots are falling and when C.J. Sky is able to get to the cup and score, they're a different team. Some of their guys, their energy guys like O'Base in Washington, when they're active around the 10 and scoring, that also helps really boost this team and to play better than they really are tonight.
Good contest. Thanks for allowing me to join you tonight here on the broadcast. Always willing to step in to help out and to learn.
Always a pleasure to work side with you, Tim Sr. Thank you all for joining us from the stream tonight. We'll see you guys next time.
Okay.